Hello and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshear, and I press the buttons on this show. Um, if you don't know this channel, this is Shadows of Arconia. On Friday nights, we run. Oh, ad. On Friday nights, we run ongoing games. Currently, we are in Cyberpunk Red, and then soon we are going to be starting up a new Worlds Without Number campaign over there, which should go for a long time. That will be set in the world of Arconia, from which the channel takes its name. It will be our second official full Arconia campaign. Then on Monday nights, like tonight, we have this show, Tales from the Backlog, where we play lots of different games with a rotating cast of players. Tonight we have Mia and Jason. We usually have at least one of them with us. But not always. We have a crew coming through as availability makes itself available. Tonight we're doing Mausritter. This is what it is. It's about mice and ritters. So if you'd like to hang out with us, find out what we're going to be playing in the future, you can come to our Discord server. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description. If you're watching on Twitch, I've just put it into the chat. And there's the old YouTube link as well. And go by shadowsofarconia.com to pick up our merch. None of us are wearing any of our merch. Kenny's not here, but I guess we can throw the Kenny command out anyway. Yeah, shadowsofarconia.com for t-shirts. There's also a mug and a sticker available now. But that's about it. So, Mia, why don't you tell us about this Mausritter thing that we've got?
Okay. Hello, Mia. Mausritter, written by Isaac Williams. It is roughly, what did we say, 46 pages?
Something like that.
Yeah.
The back cover, it just says, "Take up the sword and don the whiskers of a brave mouse adventurer in Mausritter, the rules light fantasy adventure role playing game." And it is definitely rules light. I would say about the back half of the book is a hex crawl generator and a little bit of a bestiary, and so yeah, game master is like the back half of the book. So it's literally split half and half, player information and dungeon master, game master information. So very cute little book. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it.
What is the translation of Mausritter?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't know either. You'd think I would have looked it up by now. Yeah, I enjoy that the character creation page is one page. That's very good.
Yeah, and they've got a fancy little website that's got plenty of resources and even a mouse generator, like a one-click mouse generator. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no problem. I was just going to suggest that we introduce our characters at this point. Oh, it translates to Mouse Knight.
Okay.
Knigget cool. Knight.
So yeah. I'm Jason, and I'm going to be playing Duke. Duke is the somewhat young scion of a wine merchant family. He's not super into the business. He's kind of he's a real hard worker, but he's trying to find himself, and he's a little slow on that. He kicks around with his fancy Gothic style mace and his butler Aldo, who is a big old pack rat.
And my character is Smokey. I am a gray-flecked mouse with a background as a kitchen forager. I like to run around with a bow made out of an old spring and some dental floss, and some arrows made out of toothpicks and a felt hat, which is green. And I like to rob from the humans to give to the mice. Although more recently, I have been brought out to the mouse village in the woods, abandoning my mission in the kitchen, at least for now, in order to be with my mouse kin.
You and your mousekin are currently in a place called Oaks Grove. It is a small town of roughly 300 to 400 mice that have built bridges linking 3 large oak trees together. Inhabitants wear fine embroidered clothing and have a pretty decent business going on for the local communities. There are other mice communities within days' travel. And you are currently hanging out, and Waddle Wiggs, the cheese merchant, is frantically running around. He's like, "This is the last cheese. This is the last cheese. The shipment from Stumpville has not arrived. It should have been here yesterday or today. It has not arrived."
Can I speak to him?
Yes, please.
His
Do.
name is Waddle Wiggs.
Waddle Wiggs.
Oh, good Waddle. What? How late is the shipment?
It should have been here yesterday or earlier this morning. It's never late. Occasionally a day, but 2 days. This is unprecedented.
Ooh. And you say we're on the last cheese for our village?
There's like one little sliver left. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh. Well, we should probably find some more cheese.
Have you not sent people to find your cheese?
Oh, it would be a good idea if somebody went. I just don't know anybody that's willing. Would you be willing to go to Stumpville and see what's going on?
Of
I don't know
course.
how my family would. Oh, okay.
Yes, it is my lot in life to protect the downtrodden and battle evildoers. If the cheese is missing, I shall find the cheese or die trying.
As you say the cheese is missing, you've met this young man before, little Dort Dinky. No cheese? How are there no cheese? Oh my gosh, Mom, there's no cheese. And he goes scrambling off with tears running down his face.
Fear not, lad. The cheese shall come.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Smokey, right? And you're Duke? Are you going to help him, Duke? Are you going to help him?
Apparently so. Aldo's behind me, grumbling under his breath about
it. Is Aldo your mouse friend, or is he some other creature?
No, he's my pack rat.
Oh,
like my pack rat butler.
Oh, I must have missed that information. Okay. Very fun.
Duke, you know that the shortest route to Stumpville passes through, where's this information at here? Passes through the Poppy Seed House, which is the roadhouse, the mouse roadhouse along the way. And Long Whisker Conrad runs that operation.
He doesn't go like tearing mice's throats out when he gets really pissed at him, does he?
Long Whisker Conrad? No.
Yeah.
He is.
Oh, okay.
He is another mouse who is in charge of the roadhouse for the mouse.
Yeah,
it's probably his bouncer that rips out the throats.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So please go. Are you going to leave now? It is about midday, I would say. Are you going to leave now or wait till the morning?
Are you sure it's midday, Waddles? I mean, it could just be the morning.
I don't know. I've lost all track of time. The canopy of the village is quite thick. Although autumn is approaching, the leaves will soon be falling.
roll a d24 to see what time it is.
D24. I don't have my
I can make that happen.
DCC dice handy.
Nope, I can make that happen.
I don't either, actually.
I could type in roll D24
It's
on
20,
my app here.
It is noon.
Ah,
Noon.
yes.
Why, Waddle, it's only noon. Duke, if you are ready to set out, I am. If you need to do something else first, then we can wait a little.
I check my fur, I check my harnesses, and sure, let's get a move on. Days away, sunlight's a wasting, right?
Hi ho, hi ho. It's
Yes.
after cheese we go. I can't sing any more than that. Copyright.
As you are preparing to leave, what are your armaments and inventory that you will be taking with you on this quest for cheese? Or the Cheddar quest, as we might call it.
Is that
when
the
we need an
title?
episode title.
There you go, Cheddar Quest, you got it.
Duke has his fancy Gothic style flangy mace, torches, some rations. He likes to keep his 20 pip IOU on him. Just he doesn't want anyone else to steal it. And Aldo doesn't have anything on him because that's not his job.
Well, Smokey has 2 pips. He doesn't keep any more than that on him because he tends to give it all away. Torches, rations, a shield, some cook pots, because you never know how long you're going to be out in the woods or the back of the human's kitchen. And as I mentioned earlier, a bow and arrows made out of tiny things. And that's about it. That's all I've ever needed. Although I do get myself out of a spot of trouble now and then with my prehensile tail.
Ah, yes. Yes. I'd forgotten about that. That might come in handy. As you are preparing to leave, a third mouse NPC walks up. His name is Oliver, and he's like, "Gentlemen, I think I shall go with you. It should be fun."
Who are you, Oliver?
He is a willowy body mouse. He's tall, kind of wispy. He's got all black fur. He's wearing some armor. He's got a needle on his hip that he uses as a sword. He's like, I have a vested interest in getting the cheese here, for my mother needs cheese. Like no other cheese will do other than the fancy fine cheese of Stumpville.
Agreed.
And I should point out, if not just for the both of you, but for the viewers at home, Duke isn't really like don't imagine Duke is like, oh, I'm ready to adventure. Like Duke's totally game, but Duke's kind of inexperienced and doesn't necessarily know what he's doing. His the most prominent detail you would notice about him is his extremely well-groomed fur.
Smokey is a legend as far as he knows. And and his actual experience level is is not on record.
Not on record. All right. Well, Crespi or Crispy, I'm not sure how I want to pronounce his name. Crespi. He's the one who found you and brought you to the community, Smokey, and he wishes you well on your adventure. Gentlemen, have a safe trip, and beware. Keep your eyes open for the shadows of the hawks. Beware of the cats. Beware of the foxes. Beware of the rats, he says. He turns to each of you and he's like, which of you is better suited for a fireball spell?
What are the requirements that make one suited to it?
Who is brave enough to cast the fireball spell into combat if it happens?
I am.
There we go.
Of course you are. Of course you are. I should have known better. I also have here a spell of strength.
Sure.
I'll trade you.
I mean, Duke takes it and kind of looks at it like, I don't really know what to do with this, and puts it in his pack.
All right. Yes, I also have a fireball spell, and I don't know what to do with it.
Yes, spells are basically living spirits trapped by ruins into carved obsidian tablets. Spells are usually found in deep, dangerous places, but of course that is where Crespi has been, deep in dangerous places.
Ah. So they're like little tablets, and we just cast them kind of like a scroll or something.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
They have 3 charges, much like your equipment, and you can misfire on a spell, and so on, and use it up as you proceed.
Question. I have a spell of strength.
Yes.
What does that? Where can I find what that does?
I apologize, not. That's in another adventure I have. It gives you advantage on strength saves or strength checks.
Oh, okay.
And plus an additional dice to damage when you're dealing damage if you've got that on you.
Copy that. So when it says you roll sum plus dice, does that mean you roll the total that you've rolled plus the number of dice that you rolled? Or what is sum plus dice?
Sum plus dice?
Yeah, that's what it says the damage is for a fireball.
Let me see. Fireball. Deal sum plus dice. The fireball spell, I believe, inflicts a certain amount of damage.
On the previous page it explains it, actually. It says the spell has an effect which varies depending on the number of dice invested and the sum of the rolled dice. So it is what I said then. You add the number of dice plus the result of the dice.
Okay.
So yeah, you can roll up to 3 dice if you have 3 charges and so on. Yeah.
Cool. All right.
So you are making your way down out of the oak tree. There is a basically like a big cutout in the bark where they've made stairs to allow you easy access down to the ground. And as you set out, you must proceed to the northeast to the what is called for the fjord or the ford, excuse me, to get across the creek, which is definitely more of a river for these mice.
Okay.
As you step down onto the forest floor, there are already some leaves that are falling as autumn is approaching. The leaves themselves are large enough to be used as blankets for your little mice. Some of the undergrowth and brush towers over you at 6 to 7 inches in height as it grows slightly taller than the mice by a wide margin. As you travel towards the northeast, you are watching for shadows as there are hawks in the area, keeping your eyes open for any trouble. Oliver is like, he kind of burst into a little song, and he just kind of whistling and singing to himself as you stroll along.
What is that song you're whistling, Oliver?
Oh, this is an old tune that my family wrote. It is known as the Ballad of Ricky Ticky Tavi.
Ooh. The humans have a song that sounds kind of like that.
I'm surprised. Maybe they heard one of our mice people squeaking it in their town. I don't know.
Perhaps.
You must always sing it in the original. Mice. It's going to take roughly until evening to get to the ford across the river.
Okay.
We should probably make camp at the river and try crossing in the morning.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I would like to forage for food as we go, so as not to waste the rations.
Forage away.
How does one forage? Strength, dex, will.
Foraging. In the wild, you can spend time foraging.
Excellent. Spend a one foraging.
That's like really helpful.
Okay, a D3. Okay, if they do, they will find a D3 uses. I have to spend a watch on it. So I guess I'll spend a watch on it. I don't know.
You do that at
The mechanical
while at
equivalent
night,
of that.
waiting.
I'll roll
waiting
a
to
D3.
cross.
I have found 2 rations.
Oh, nice. Okay. You still have inventory space for that, as there are only so many slots that you have?
I have exactly enough, actually.
Okay.
And I won't have to keep it long because we can just eat it.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, we'll just eat it instead of the rations that we have. Are you going to prepare a meal, Smokey, or?
Is that get me anything? I think we can just find it and eat it, right? I mean, we're mice.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you want to cook something, like, yeah.
No, I think we're on a quest right now. You got time for fire.
Eat some fine grain. Who will take first watch?
Duke will take first watch.
Okay. Smokey, you want to go second or take the last?
Yeah, I will go ahead and I will take the last, I guess, if Aldo and Oliver take the 2 middle ones. Does Oliver take, or does Aldo take watches, or is he just sort of a piece of equipment?
He's kind of just a piece of equipment, yeah.
That's out of character.
Horrible thing to say about my good Aldo. Aldo is practically family to me.
Well, then he won't mind taking a watch.
No, he won't. He won't do much more than wake us up if anything comes. But
whoa, that's what's required.
He can also carry stuff.
Excellent. Carrying stuff is a useful skill.
Yes.
Are you going to make a campfire is a question I will ask.
I will offer to if everyone else wants me to, but if they don't, then I won't.
That sounds like a jolly good thing to have. Yeah,
okay.
let's have a campfire.
Yeah, it's a cool autumn evening. A fire would be nice, yeah.
All right, fire it is.
You stoke up a fire. You're kind of hanging out there.
I bust out my cook pots and cook up those rations we found, which are probably like seeds, but I cook them anyway, and then we'll eat them.
Soften them up like a couple of nice beans, right? Here's
a
single bean for you. It's like, holy crap, this is a week's worth of food for this little mouse. You're just kind of sitting around the campfire, minding your own business. You hear off in the distance, just woo woo, woo woo.
No. Let's put out that fire.
Is there cover here?
Yeah, you can find cover. Oliver is like, well, if it's hooting, it ain't hunting. And it's like, woo-hoo.
Okay, I immediately pee on the fire and dodge under a leaf.
Yeah, Aldo's already like where there's hooting, there's trouble, and he has hidden himself under some leaves.
Yeah.
Duke is gonna probably like when Smokey puts out the fire, Duke will go, "Oh, okay, I should hide now."
Okay, so you scramble to hide. I believe, is that a will? We're going to call that a will check,
Okay.
I believe. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right stats. I'm like, we've got 3 stats here: strength, dexterity, and will.
I would think hide is a dex check, but I have not read it. Let's see.
Nope.
Yeah, go ahead and do a dex check on that. I apologize. And
Alrighty.
will save to not pee your pants.
You have to roll at or
Under.
under, right?
Yeah, equal or under.
So if I've rolled an 18, I'm getting eaten by an owl.
You don't know that yet. You don't know that yet. So Duke Duke beefed it, and Aldo fucking made it.
Oh yeah, Aldo, he knows how to hide.
Dexterous, this is the most dexterous of the 3 of us.
Tell our story, Aldo.
Exactly.
What of Oliver?
As you guys are scrambling to like find a place to hide, you see Oliver like moving to hide, and then there's this snatch, and he's gone.
That was our sword guy.
Did he? I mean, I'm gonna stay in hiding for a while. Do we hear the owl anymore?
You do not. You do
If
not.
he's hooting, he's not hunting.
He's over. He's somewhere.
And he's still snatched Ollie boy over there.
Well, no, he very pointedly stopped hooting before he snatched it. Oliver. That's what we hid. That's what we hid. Oh man, I think we should just stay under the leaves until morning.
That sounds like a prescient plan, my friend.
All right. Well, we will mourn Oliver, who gave his life for the cheese.
Like we suddenly went grim dark with Mausritter. Is that not?
Well, I mean, it's kind of in every page of the book. You're a mouse. You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Yeah.
This isn't Mouse Guard.
And you know what?
Exactly.
Scattered Terrain in the chat mentions someone will have to write the Ballad of Oliver and the Owl. And I think that there's a good point here, which is that all we know is that the owl picked up Oliver and flew away. We don't know who won the fight in the end. For all we know, that owl is dead now.
Yeah.
And that's the way Smokey's going to tell it.
As Oliver's like stabbing at it with his little sword,
Yeah.
well, clutched in its claw.
He was a mighty sword mouse.
So, I will roll a percentile dice and see if he lives, but that's my own. Oh, wow. Okay. Haven't done that in a while. So yeah, the next day, the sun starts to rise above the horizon as you prepare to embark.
Ah, my old friend the sun, slayer of owls.
Oh, well, as you are preparing to leave camp, you hear the thunderous bark of a dog, Woof, as it comes up over the hill, heading for the creek where you are camped out at.
Butch?
It's not Butch. This is a big, yellow Labrador coming over the hill.
Oh no!
And you hear this wah 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 wah. You know the Charlie Brown adult voices yelling for it, as you do not understand human language.
Uh-oh. We should get up a tree. Can we make? Is there enough tree to tree contact for us to make this journey in the branches?
There is not. Here by the creek, it is pretty barren as far as like woods go. You're basically in tall grass and then a rocky shoreline for the river.
Okay.
Is where we're trying to get to, like, it's like perpendicular to the river, or could we get there maybe easier if we hopped on a leaf and floated down the river?
You, it's south of where you are now. You have to cross the river and travel south. The river runs from the north. It runs north and down north south, a little bit west or east, excuse me, and then goes down. But yeah, you'd have to cross and continue on foot.
So the river is both west and south
North.
of us. Is that right?
Well, I apologize. It's like it comes down from the northwest at an angle,
Okay.
um, going southeast. My brain's like trying to wrap itself around this easy thing. This is what sleep deprivation is. And then it cuts and then it turns again. But yeah, to get where you're going, you have to cross it and continue on.
Okay. So we're going south, and that involves crossing the river.
Yeah.
All right. Let us. Let me. How far are we from the river? Can we see it?
You're basically, I would think, near it on the bank. Just
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
But
I'd like to
there-
look up and down real quick for a branch or something, a log that we can run across, anything like that.
There are a series of stones. There's like a nice deep area and then a nice shallow where there's some rocks that you could scurry across.
But what about the dog?
Dog is coming down the hill. I'm giving you a moment to plot your next actions as it's coming.
Where is the dog compared to us in compass directions? Is he north of us?
The bark came from the north. Yeah.
Okay.
You think we should just hustle it across the river?
I think that's the thing to do.
Seems like our only option.
Now listen, when I was living in the house of the humans, they had movies where dogs would hunt people that escaped. And the way you fool a dog is by washing off your scent in the river. Perhaps we should swim the deeper part rather than going across the rocks. Can you swim that far?
Probably, but I worry that my friend Aldo he's not as young as he used to be, and he would just get swept down the river.
Is it so fast that it will sweep Aldo down the river, or is it kind of a calm roll?
It's relatively calm at this spot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a slow moving creek, which I guess would be like a medium moving river to the mice.
Yeah, I am torn. I think the rocks will be safer in terms of not dying from river, but I think swimming might save us from dog.
Right.
Does the dog? I mean, can we tell has the dog even seen us yet?
You haven't actually seen the dog itself, so you just hear the bark coming toward you, like bark, bark.
Okay, so I want to ask, system-wise, what kind of check do we like? What are we going to have to check to cross the rocks versus swim the river?
The rocks would be a no check at all. You just kind of like hop across. You'd have to swim. That would be your dexterity check.
Let's take the rocks.
To swim, yeah.
Rocks
it is.
Okay.
Come Aldo, we take the rocks.
As you quickly scamper down to the rocks and start moving across, the dog like leaps over where you were before and plunges into the deep part of the water, sending up a torrent of water everywhere. The sploosh of his like diving into the creek sends up this spray of water, pelting you like large fists of as you're trying to make your way across. So I'm going to have you do a dexterity check anyway.
Dang it. Dex is both of our worst stats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with poor Oliver, who went missing.
I have
He
failed.
had a 7 as well.
Yeah, we all have 7. I have failed.
So again, Duke has failed, and Aldo has made it.
Right?
Aldo is solid, man.
Well,
We can talk about how Aldo's
actually
not
has a
really.
9 dex.
Yeah, he's solid.
Yeah, he's
He's
got
the
the
only
best
one of
dex
us that
everybody.
passes checks.
Aldo, as are you leading him, Duke, across, or is he in front of you?
I think he is. I think Aldo's in the lead, and
Okay.
we are following Aldo.
He is like flying quickly across those rocks, skip, hop, and then the wave that generated by this large dog smashes into you. You each fall into the water and are pushed maybe about a foot to a yard further down the river / creek.
Okay. Did we manage to make it across anyway?
Yeah, you'll make it across with some effort.
Okay.
You're now drenched. Your clothes and your food and everything is all wet.
So perhaps most importantly, what did the dog do after jumping in the water?
It splashed about and then jumped out, and you hear the voices of 2 distinct voices coming near. One's like "Meow, meow, 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 meow." They're shouting at the dog in English again. Maybe you would understand them, Smokey. Maybe.
A little bit. I can get it from context sometimes.
Since you did spend some time around humans, you just hear them like shouting like a name, like Bobby, get over here, you stupid dog.
Ah,
You know.
the dog is Bobby. Remember that. It may save our lives.
Well, I'll
somehow.
try.
It might. You never know.
Can you see Aldo anywhere?
Do we see Aldo anywhere?
Aldo.
Aldo is nearby, yes.
Oh, good.
As he got across the river and he turned to look to see where you were and didn't see you, he's like, oh my gosh. And then he did find you climbing up out of the river a few little ways down.
I'm wringing out my felt hat. Invigorating, eh? Sploosh.
Sure. I'll take your word for that.
Now, onward to cheese.
Yeah, which way do we go from here, Smokey?
South.
You continue south. Yes. It's about midday, starting to get into the evening, and you know that you're still a couple hours away from the roadhouse that is your safest destination on the road to Stumpville.
I imagine we have probably dried off by now.
Yes, sufficiently dry.
I think it's probably worth it if we can, to push through tonight to Stumpville.
I agree. Although I know you're tired, it's been a long day, but if we just push, there will be pleasant beds and cooked food.
Or perhaps foes to vanquish.
No, just keep thinking. Pleasant beds and cooked food.
Aldo's like, what? That sounds nice. I don't know what his personality is. And he's
I've been kind of envisioning him as the rat version of Igor from Count Duckula.
Oh my god. Count who again?
Count Duckula. Oh man.
Oh geez, I haven't ever watched that.
Way back.
It's going.
I loved that show when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too. But I think it was even before DuckTales and Darkwing Duck.
Oh yeah,
that's way back.
It was a Danger Mouse spinoff.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I tried to sit through some Danger Mouse on DVD, and it's just like opening theme song, closing theme song, opening. He's
Yeah,
like,
because they're
make
really
it
short. They're great.
stop. Yeah, make it stop, because it just that theme song would just get to you. So you're pushing on through the night.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 as you're creeping down, you suddenly you come over this hill and you hear this, and there's a large cat before you.
How close?
Close enough you could hit him with an arrow.
Is he hissing at us?
Yeah, he's like blocking your path forward, and
Eyeball shot.
ping.
Really? It bounces off?
Just roll your damage dice. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a
what's the
D8 for an arrow. Yeah.
It's yes, D8. Okay. 7.
Nice. All right. Meow! That arrow hits him like square in the face, and his one eye like twitches, and he like goes to leap in the air to come down at you.
Uh-oh.
Duke, do you have a?
Is he close enough to hit?
Give me a quick.
Because I don't have
yeah.
I don't have a ranged weapon.
Yeah, this auto hit stuff makes me a little like, what? Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and hit him. Sorry, as he's going to leap and attack after you
Yeah,
attack.
I'll
I'm
You
sorry.
have a move as well, so if he's close enough to attack us, we can attack him too.
I'll grab my mace with both hands and give it a mighty swing.
That
On
is
his
a two-handed attack. That's a D8.
Yep. 4.
Whap! He takes a nice solid hit. Man, he shakes his paw as you smash into his little toes. Does Aldo have an attack?
No, Aldo is run for cover.
He's dashing for the high grass. Okay, the tall grass. Cat spins in place and swats at you, Smokey, delivering a D6 of damage, minus your armor, which is a defense of 1.
Yep.
So 3 points of damage.
3 points after the reduction?
After the reduction, yeah.
Okay, so that takes my HP to 0 and my strength to 6.
And HP, again, as we were talking earlier, that's called hit protection. Your actual life is determined by your strength score, yeah.
Yeah.
So now Smokey needs to make a strength save.
Yeah. Well, how does that work? Let me check my little.
So after taking strength damage, make a strength save. On failure, take an injured condition and become incapacitated.
Well, that's me. I am taking an injured condition.
Yeah, and this whole rolling under really kind of blows.
Yeah, when the numbers are so low.
And the numbers are so low, yeah. So
what do you think my injury is? Have I been slashed through the torso?
We'll call, let's see, a condition. I believe you're just considered exhausted, or yeah, basically you're exhausted. You can't do much of anything currently.
All right. Well, I am
until you're tended to by another.
I have been swatted by a cat, I guess. It's up to you now, Duke and Aldo. Tell my story.
Yeah, as he hit Smokey, Smokey kind of like flew back a couple, maybe like a half foot, 6 to 7 inches.
Oh no!
Crashed to the ground. It huffed out a bit of air. He's like Sergeant Hulka from Stripes, lying there after falling off the wooden tower. trying to catch his breath.
Oh boy.
Oh no. My
Duke.
friend, Smokey. And oh right, we had those too. Um, I'm going to attempt to use this strength spell.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, so what I have to do, oh, that's not going that way. So I have to invest power, and then I roll, or is that something else?
No, that's how spells work.
Yeah, strength is you have
don't-
advantage on your attack basically, or your saves, or you add a dice, so you get to roll 2 dice for plus dice to damage. So you get to roll 2 dice.
Do I get all of those things, or only one of them?
Just the one if you're attacking him. It's the dice that you'll get. So the 2 dice to attack.
Okay, so
Or damage
I
dice.
wouldn't get. Oh yeah, because I wouldn't. That wouldn't matter. Okay, but
Yeah.
if he hits me, I would then get advantage on my strength save.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
the strength spell, is it like a condition that lasts for the scene, or how long does it last?
Basically the scene, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but do I have to invest magic into? I mean, I must.
It's just a spell. You read it and it's used, and you get like 1 pip. It's got 3 uses. If
Yeah.
I'm understanding that
Okay,
correctly.
so I'll use that, and yeah, I speak the words of strength and power, and hope I don't get smacked around too hard this turn. Around.
The cat sees Aldo running, so it skips ahead to try and grab him,
Uh-oh.
giving you an opportunity to run after him and hit him.
Does it attack Aldo?
It's after him, yeah.
Well, then I'm going. Then this round, having gone to casting my spell, I'm going to run after and attack this cat again.
Okay.
Heroic.
We'll see.
Indeed, we will.
Lucky might be more like it. So that's 11 damage.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, this poor cat.
What?
Just as he's like brings up his paw to like pounce it down on top of Aldo, you smack him in the back end with your mace. Cat tumbles over, and it basically gives up the fight and turns to leave. And he's gonna like limping on that hind leg as he goes.
I'm not even going to call any quips after it. Aldo, Smokey needs our help. This way.
Leave me. Go on. You must save the cheese.
No, friend. We must try to help you. I want to try and help Smokey heal.
It says you just need to tend to me.
So yeah, I tend to him. Like me and Aldo tend to him.
All right.
Yes,
And yeah.
Yeah, tending to an ally. There's like so little like information on these things, so you tend.
Yeah, well, that's what Rules Light is, I guess.
Totally is.
Yeah, I will remove that incapacitated or that injured condition. And whew, I suppose I need a rest now.
Yes, we need to get to that road. We need to get to that roadhouse.
Onward.
Yeah, you can like the two of them can like reach around and help carry you along.
Help
Yeah.
Smokey along.
No, I'll manage.
Aldo, no. We don't want you to get worse, friend. Aldo may grumble about it, but This is for the best.
He's carrying all your stuff already.
No, he's not carrying any of my stuff.
He's just carrying.
Aldo literally has nothing on him other than.
Oh, well, then absolutely he can carry.
I mean, he's not going to like carry you in his arms, but we're going to help you along.
Sure. Let's do it.
And you proceed to the Mouse Roadhouse. This is a small inn with a tiny tavern and a warm fire and a few patrons.
Is there a riot inside?
There's not.
Okay.
Dalton's doing his job.
That's right.
That's
is there a guy
right.
standing there like this in the corner?
There is a very large mouse
standing there like that.
Yeah, mouse guy.
There's a very large mouse standing there, and he's like, "Welcome to the Roadhouse."
Thank you, friend.
What's your business?
We need a house that's on the road.
My friend needs rest and some time to recuperate, and we are in search of a cheese shipment that was lost along this road.
Yes, the heroic Duke and Aldo saved me from a deadly cat.
Oh, the cheese shipment. We haven't heard from Stumpville either. Well, please come in. It would be 2p for some food. Would you like a private room or just sleep in the bunkhouse?
How much is a private room?
That's 5p per night.
Per person or for all of us?
That's a single room. You could all crowd into one room if you wish.
And
we've got some Hobbit-sized rooms in the back.
Is that 2p for food for all of us?
2p each.
Oh. I will get some food, but that's all my money.
Yeah, Duke, as you're like asking him about the prices and stuff, off in the corner of the room, you see Long Whisker Conrad. He kind of looks over and sees you, and he kind of like quickly ducks and disappears into the back.
I have a friend here. That gentleman back there. Long Whiskers Conrad. You know him, right?
Oh, of course, he's the boss.
Is he now? Well, I think Long Whiskers Conrad would be more than happy to put us up, to feed us and put us up for the night. I mean, especially as we are looking into this cheese where the fuck was this cheese from?
Stumpville.
This Stumpville cheese disappearance.
I'm not sure why you would say that. I should go get him and see if he would agree.
Check with him. We are happy to wait right here.
This hulking mouse of all of like maybe 4 inches tall turns to walk away. He's like, "Mr. Conrad, where are you, Mr. Conrad?" And he disappears. There's a table available to sit down if you wish to.
No, Smokey has already collapsed on that table.
Okay. Kaplunk. A young serving girl comes over and is like, looks to you, Duke, and Aldo is like, is your friend okay?
No, he is not, but we are dealing with it.
I live thanks to the mighty Duke and his mace of destiny.
She looks over Duke and she kind of smiles a little bit. "My name is Opal. It's nice to meet you, Duke. And your friend.
Pleasure to meet you as well."
Oh, thank you. Is there anything I could get you? Food or wine or some mead?
Not at the moment, no. We are awaiting word from your boss, Long Whiskers Conrad.
Oh,
who
my
I'm sure
boss.
I saw just right over wherever a moment ago, but I'm sure he will be with us soon.
Okay, I'll come back once you've spoken to him. And she turns to leave.
Do we need to go find him?
No, that's what we sent Dalton for.
Yeah, but the difference between us and Dalton is he works for Longrester's Conrad, and we don't.
No, but we're gonna give him a minute.
All right.
We're gonna give him a minute, because hopefully Longrester's Conrad will do the right thing and just compass the night.
Okay. I mean, you are hopefully right. I have to say, mice that disappear from sight as soon as they see you come in the door are not known for doing the right thing.
Well, he doesn't necessarily have to do the right thing. He just has to do the owing me money thing.
Oh, is that what we've got going on here?
Yes.
Well then.
Dalton. Oops, sorry. Go ahead, Jason. I see you're going to say
No,
something.
sorry, I'm doing head math.
Okay. Dalton comes back out and he's like, Mr. Duke,
Yeah.
Mr. Conrad would like to speak to you in his office.
Aldo, can you please keep a watchful eye on Smokey? Make sure he does not hurt him. He is not hurt further.
Wait, we must go with you. You may be imperiled meeting this man alone. I mean, this mouse.
Oh, no. Why would he do it? Why would he want to hurt me?
I don't know.
He does not want to hurt you. Mr. Conrad's the nicest guy.
You'll have to forgive me. I was recently punched by a cat, and I'm a little loopy.
Oh.
That's why we're trying to get you something. That's why we're trying to get you rested up, friend. And I will follow Dalton.
You were attacked on the road here?
Yes, I mean, very close to here. A cat just right in the middle of the road, hissing, spitting, claws and fangs, the whole deal.
I wonder if it's related to the cheese disappearance.
It could be. It could be Balthazar the cat. He's known for causing trouble around here. Him and the rats are in league together.
Is he a cheese fiend?
Heard rumors he does like to eat fine foods.
The finest delicacies.
He looks to you, Duke. He's like, you look to be a fine delicacy for a cat, sir.
Sir, lead on.
All right, I will pass out.
Hear this as you're walking away, Duke. You hear this thunk as Smokey's head falls to the wooden table.
Dreaming of swashbuckling adventures.
Swashbuckling. As you pass through the curtain into Whisker Conrad's office, there's some fine decor, some nice linens, some fresh cut flowers. Of course, the flowers are like as big as your head. It's like, he looks to you and he's like, Duke, I knew that you would come one day for the money I owe you.
Conrad, I am not even here for what you owe me. But if you want to put a dent in, a decent dent into what you owe me, all you need to do is put us up for the night. Feed us. And then in the morning, we will go because we have business elsewhere.
Yes. Dalton told me that you are seeking to find the cheese delivery from Stumpville.
Yes. That's exactly what we're doing.
Fine. You may have a meal and sleep in the bunkhouse.
the bunkhouse.
Dalton's like,
Bobby,
but sir, there's plenty of room in the
Bobby,
private rooms. There's nobody else staying here right now.
just
Really,
give us a room
Dalton?
to ourselves, and give us a room to ourselves, feed us, and I'll knock half that. I'll knock half that value off your IOU.
Okay, fine. He's like, let me see the note.
Oh no, I will annotate that myself.
Please do it now while I can see. Here, he
I,
hands you
I
like
do.
a quill, an ink quill.
I do. And I have knocked half the value off that IOU.
Great. Sleep well. He's kind of grumpy.
Sir, we shall. But also, I should mention that there are cats. There is at least a cat prowling the area around your roadhouse.
Balthazar's
I don't
back.
know what I don't know what you can do about it, but you might want to look into it.
He kind of like grumpily turns. He's like, reaches down into his desk and pulls out a little like book. He's like, get out, and he starts flipping through some pages in his book.
Yeah, no, Dalton, would you be so kind as to lead my companions and myself to our room?
Yes, come this way, sir.
Mia,
Thank
I have a
you.
quick question. A short rest takes 1 turn. It says a swig of water and a few minutes of rest will restore D6 plus 1 HP. Would it be fair to say that I have already had that being passed out in the front room?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay. So then in that case, when we take our long rest, it will restore my attribute.
It won't be a long rest.
Takes 1 watch.
It's going to be like like an overnight rest.
Yeah, it's a long rest, but
long
not a full rest.
Not full rest. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if HP is already full, which it will be from the short rest because my HP is only 1, then I'll restore a D6 to my attribute score.
Okay. Excellent. Yes.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you all are on top of the bookkeeping because I'm horrible at that sort of thing.
Well, unfortunately, I've rolled a 1 on my D6 to restore my strength score, so and still not at full, but at least I got a HP and 1 strength back.
Doing better. You're doing better.
Assuming we make it through the night without being interrupted.
Right. The night passes by with no. Yep. Can't think of the words.
No incident.
Uneventful evening. Yes. No incidents. The room itself is actually kind of posh. You know, it's got some nice fabrics on the bed. The decor is not tasteless by any means.
No, I mean, I would. It is exactly as what I would expect from Long Whiskers Conrad. Like he may be trying to he may be a little slinky about our debt, but his debt. But I know he doesn't skimp on things like that.
Takes care of his guests.
Yeah.
Before you do check in and you're feeling better, Opal does come back before you go to bed. Do you buy any, what sort of food do you buy or not buy, but take advantage of?
Duke is going to have a decent meal, and he's going to have a glass of wine with that meal.
It's a nice vintage. In fact, it's one of your family wines. You guys back there?
Then I know it's good. Smokey, Aldo, join me in a glass of wine. This is a wonderful vintage.
This is the morning?
No, this is before we go to bed.
Oh, yeah, in that case, I will choke down some wine painfully.
I know, Smokey, I know you may be more into a more roguish sort of drink, but believe me, this is a wonderful, wonderful vintage.
I love a good wine.
You choke it down. Sleep the night. Next morning does arrive. There's a light tapping on the door. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Breakfast is served. It's Opal's voice that comes to you.
Oh,
Delicious.
I leap out of bed full of energy, but with my collapsible mouth skeleton kind of still collapsed on one side.
They serve up a nice pile of pancakes, some robin eggs on the
Well, I mean,
side.
probably we've got one whole egg between us.
Ooh,
I got one whole egg between you.
that's
And then
good protein.
they've got some fresh milk that they've gotten somehow. Obviously, we need milk to make cheese, so somewhere they're getting milk from these mice.
You know, somewhere.
Somewhere.
Who knows
They're
what
milking
animal it's from?
hamsters or guinea pigs or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not super relevant to me. I'll drink the milk.
Yeah.
A little dash of honey in there.
You know, sometimes humans get milk from almonds. They're all wizards.
That's crazy. How do you milk an almond? It doesn't. It has no teats. It has no nipples.
No, they
Almonds
use
are
powerful magical artifacts.
Or they're just crazy. They sound
Yes.
crazy to me.
I actually
me.
suspect they just grind up the almonds and pour milk over them.
You.
Yeah. It's the back of Jason. Ah, my mortal enemy.
It's
Sorry.
the cat. You probably heard
I'm
mine get a
trying to
little
take
rowdy
up
here a
all
minute ago.
All the chair space.
Ah,
Yeah, you were.
he's trying to get back there and do it again.
Yeah. Well, no. Now he's. This shoulder is his spot.
Okay.
Not this
Chilling
shoulder.
out.
This shoulder.
Yeah, none of my cats will do that. They just get on my lap. You know, occasionally Sam will get up and headbutt me in the chin, but that's what that is.
Like if Strelok is in my lap, he will usually scramble up here.
This part of the show should have a trigger warning for mice.
Yes, all mice run. And like as I said, this was going to probably end up being a short session, so we'll just keep that in mind as we proceed.
That being the case, do we want to take our break early?
Grab a quick break, grab a drink, grab a quick pee.
Yeah.
And then
the
get
mice are
back to
taking
the
a break. The
trees.
humans could take a break.
Yeah, a short break would be good.
All right. Well, everyone, it's 9:40 here in the Californias, and we'll take a break for about 10 minutes. Be back at 9:50 or whatever the related time is in your location. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Welcome back. All right.
Welcome back.
We still in the Roadhouse?
I think we were just leaving the Roadhouse.
Just on your way out the door.
We had eaten breakfast. And yeah, let's head south.
Right. As you open the door and step out into the autumn air, you look to the west, and there is a dark, foreboding cloud hanging high in the sky.
Look at that dark, foreboding cloud.
Threatening rain.
It's high in the sky.
What?
Everything is high in the sky.
Threatening rain.
I'll go behind us, mutters, "Oh, and it's threatening rain."
How many trees do you think you'd have to climb to get to the cloud?
All of them.
Wow.
That is a lot of trees. Before you lies basically an open field of flowers as far as you can see, which is not far because they all stand taller than you. It's like walking through a forest.
Do we see a stump?
You know the stump is you'll probably arrive there by evening if you have no mishaps along the way.
Friends, let's try not to have any mishaps along the way so we can get there by evening.
I concur. Let's go.
As you travel further south, you get this feeling that you're being watched.
Friend,
I get a feeling
Smokey,
that we're being
Aldo,
watched.
I'm not used to this whole extended trip adventure thing, but I feel like we're being watched.
Can I perception it?
Yeah, can you look around and see anything amongst the flowers?
Yeah, you do that. Roll will check, I guess.
Yeah, I will do that as well. I have failed it.
Maybe
Y'all
something
failed.
I'm actually good at. Yeah, I made it.
Okay. Duke, you find a bit of a rock sticking up that you could climb up onto and get a good look around. You
Yep.
reach up to the top and you're looking around and you see the wind is starting to pick up and blow the flowers side to side. Those clouds are coming in pretty fast. But as you are scanning around the area, you see a bunch of flowers tip down really quickly, coming straight towards you in your direction.
How close are we to Stumpberg?
Oh, you're still like half a day's travel.
Is there any immediate obvious shelter from this rock?
Not that you can see, no. Just tall flowers and more rocks.
What about getting under the rock?
Yeah, I'm going to shout down to Smokey and Aldo. There's something coming this way. And fast?
I will
Question
ready and
PM?
Relatively fast.
And fast.
I will
For
ready
my
another arrow and then get behind the rock.
Okay, take shelter and hide behind the rock. As you're
Yeah,
doing this, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna. How tall is this rock?
It's maybe like 10 inches high. The flowers are growing to be about 7 to 8.
So I want to kind of wait. I'm gonna hold my position just to hopefully get a better eye on whatever is coming at us until it is essentially until I see the whites of its eyes, and then I'm gonna duck down behind the damn rock.
You
Hopefully,
see,
before I see the whites of its eyes, I want to duck down behind the rock. If I can see it before then.
it's coming in at a slight angle. You catch a glimpse as like the wind blows the flowers like almost completely flat, whoosh, almost pushing you off the rock. You see a small mouse in grubby clothes running from 3 rats. They're coming in your general direction.
Are they going to pass by the rock?
Very close. They're coming very close to it. It's almost like the mouse is running towards the rock to seek shelter from the rats.
Do you communicate this to me?
Probably not, because I don't want them to hear. But what I want to do is, if I see them, see what's going on there, like slip down the back of the rock. And what I want to try and do, like, how much distance is between this mouse and the rats following it?
About a foot.
So I want to try when this mouse like passes by our rock, like just grab it and pull it behind the rock with us. Hopefully quick enough that the rats don't notice.
Okay, let me yeah, a luck check on that. How about that? See if you can do that without
Totally.
being seen.
Totally. I remember how to do a luck check. I'm not looking it up on that cheat sheet you sent us earlier.
That's right. Luck rolls are for events that have unpredictable outcomes. To
Sign an X and say higher level. That's not a chance.
While he's getting ready to grab this mouse, I will prep my fireball tablet, and I will also be ready to use my prehensile tail to cover the mouse's mouth so he can't cry out.
okay,
All right, I'm rolling my d6.
you want to roll high for these, apparently.
5?
Yeah, you snatch that guy really quickly, pull him back, and Smokey slaps his tail across his face, and the rats go running by, and they're all like carrying these like wicked, gnarly cleavers in their hands, like, and they like go a little further down, and they stop real quick, like, we lost him. Where did he go?
Let's skirt around the other side of the rock.
Yeah, no, like when they pass by us, when they are back in the cover of the flowers, we're gonna kind of circumnavigate this rock to keep the rock between us and them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hear them like stop, and they're like, man, where did he go? Where did he go? How did we lose him? Balthazar's going to be mad.
Should we kill them? I only have.
I think this is some kind of fancy game of underground places and giant lizards.
Well, no, but I have this. I have this explodey magic.
Well, I'm sure we will get. I guarantee it. You will get to use that magic at some point.
Okay. I'm gonna keep it out as long as the rats are in earshot.
And I'm going to whisper into this mouse's ear, friend, you are good. Like, nod your head yes if you're good for keeping quiet when we release you, and don't run.
His eyes are really big, and he's got like relatively long, but he's like, his whiskers are just twitching the whole time, just twitch, and he looks in the eye, and he like quickly bobs his head up and down to indicate yes. As you get a good look at him in his grubby clothes, you see he's got like a rolled up piece of parchment stuffed down inside his shirt.
Friend, and I just grab that parchment and take it out.
He's like, he's mine.
Yeah,
he yelps.
Hey,
tail back over the mouth.
Yeah.
You hear this? Yeah, you hear that? He must be over there somewhere.
Friend, this is why I said to be quiet. Aldo, hold him for me, please.
Aldo's big.
Aldo's
big, but surprisingly not that strong.
Wraps his arms around him. He claps his hand over his mouth so that you can be free to do something. Smokey's like,
I'm gonna. What's this parchment say? I'm trying to read.
As you stretch the parchment out or unroll the parchment, it is a rough map of an area that is west of your location. And it has a big X scrawled in a spot. And he's like,
friend,
you know there are still rats chasing you, right? Be quiet. Okay.
Please, don't make me swear.
Now, I will take my tail off of your mouth, and then whatever you have to tell us, you can whisper. Okay?
Calm down.
All right, I will take my tail off of his mouth.
Aldo, take your hand off his mouth.
He's like,
you have to trust him to be quiet.
Yeah, my name's Lorenzo. And his whiskers are just wiggling like crazy.
Yeah, no, we got you. We got you, Lorenzo. What is this map?
A treasure map I stole from the what?
What's the X?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's the X?
What's the X on this map?
It's a treasure map. It's supposed to be treasure map. Balthazar's hidden stuff.
Do you know what the treasure is?
The rat's hidden stuff for Balthazar, the kitty lord.
Well, where did you come from?
They kidnapped me. I broke free.
They kidnapped you from where? Are you from Stumpville?
Yes, Stumpville, my home. Yes.
Okay, we're from Oak something. We're from Oak something. Oaksburg, something like that. We came looking for the cheese shipment. It never made it. It was supposed to have come from Stumpville a few days ago. Do you know anything about that?
Rats came. Rats took everybody.
They took all the residents of Stumpville?
Took them all. Yes.
Well,
he kind of starts crying.
Are you saying the town is empty?
I don't know. They took us all. They may be in there, but I don't know. My brother, my nephew, my cousin Adler. Oh my God.
Are you willing to help us rescue your neighbors and family?
He's tiny for a mouse. He stands basically up to your chest, Smokey. He looks up. He's like, I can try and help.
Then I dub thee New Oliver, and I hand you a shield.
Yeah, because when Oliver got snatched, he dropped his. Yeah, exactly.
No, I have one. I'm giving him mine.
Okay.
Or if Oliver dropped his, I'll give him Oliver's.
Yeah, I was gonna say I never said that, but yeah, we'll retcon that. He's like, oh, shield. I can shield myself. Thank you.
Come, New Oliver. Let us find the X.
But what of the rats?
Well, we can sneak around them. And if that fails, we can fireball them.
And as you're having this conversation, you still hear these rats like, he's not here. Don't see him anywhere. Go look at that rock. See if there's anybody over there. See if he's hiding.
We should get a move on now.
Yeah, let's book it quietly.
Let's not book it. Let's just move. We should start moving in the direction of this X.
Yeah, let's do that.
This will take you away from Stumpville. It'll take you west versus south. So.
Yep.
Well, we have intelligence that Stumpville is empty anyway, so let's go to the X.
We're going to cut out the middle mouse and get straight to action.
Cut out the middle mouse. Right, you sneak away from these rats, and you are making your way west. Basically, the map is pointing you towards what's called the Mushroom Grotto that you are familiar with, Smokey, with your conversations with Crespi.
The Mushroom Grotto. I've heard of this place.
I bet there's mushrooms there.
Quite. Mushrooms of all sizes. Some
mushrooms.
Big, some medium.
Some make you smaller and others make you big.
Now there's a song.
As night is coming on fast. That rainstorm, as you're moving, you hear the whoosh, the thunder and the lightning, and then there's a light rain falling on you as the sun is no longer visible. It is nearing dusk, but the clouds have blotted out what little sun was left.
Okay. Are we going to make it to this X before nightfall?
No, you will not.
Can we make it to the X before this storm gets really bad?
Probably not.
Can we make it to the mushroom? Was it the mushroom forest?
Mushroom grotto.
Mushroom
Grotto, yeah.
I think we can use mushrooms as umbrellas.
That sounds like a very good plan, Smokey.
Let's go to the mushroom place and hide from the
Right.
rain.
You set out at a higher pace to make it there. You're probably about 30 or 40 yards away, which feels like a long way away for mice as the rain comes down in a heavy sheet, pummeling you, basically punching you with head-sized droplets of water, driving you to the ground, making it difficult to move.
How far are we from mushroom safety?
As you keep moving, 20 yards.
Oh, that's a mile. It's a mile in
It
mouse
feels like
distances.
a mile, yeah.
Well,
mice.
we have no choice. We must press on. Or, die.
Dry. The rain is pelting down heavy and hard. Let's see. Ooch.
Mia,
Okay. Yes.
what kind of flowers are these?
That you were passing through before, poppies, yeah.
Okay.
Since you were in, the poppy field, what was it called?
The poppy seed house?
Yes, the poppy seed house.
Is there a lion and a little girl waking up nearby? With a metal
No.
man and a straw man helping arouse them?
Well, that doesn't sound familiar at all.
Ah.
I don't know. There was an episode of Stargate that had something like that in it.
Okay.
Vala was talking about it at some point. But I would like you each to take a single hit point of damage from the falling rain.
Okay, well there goes my hit point.
And then you do make it to shelter. Lorenzo has grabbed you and is helping you along, Smokey, since you were basically this like drop of rain just poosh plops you right in the face and floors you.
Sorry. Rain.
Welcome to the Mushroom Grotto.
Oh, who has said this?
I did.
Oh, okay. I thought we were meeting a character.
You shelter there for the night. The storm blows over and moves on, but there's some minor flooding where you're standing. You're about thigh deep in the rainwater as it takes a bit to wash away.
So it wouldn't be possible to forage while we're hiding into these mushrooms?
Once the storm passes, you can forage, yeah.
Okay.
Foraging.
Yeah, I have a plan to... Oh, okay.
Sorry. I'm just...
One ration.
One ration. All right.
Oh, I better forage too then. Wait, how do you forage? Is it
You roll a d3 and you spend a watch. Roll a d3 and that's how many rations you get for it.
I have acquired 2 rations. So we
I
together
acquired
have 3
1.
rations.
Lorenzo found 1.
Great. Everybody can eat. There's 4 of us.
Yeah.
There's 4 rations. We haven't had to dig into the stuff we brought with us yet.
Oh, no, I have.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that first night.
Well, no, I found 2 rations that first night. I assumed you ate the other one.
Oh, okay. Then
yeah. The NPCs can take care of themselves.
Oliver didn't really get a chance to eat that night.
Yeah, and Aldo ate his rations.
Yeah.
Well, Aldo ate the rations I gave him.
Got it. Okay.
And as you're having a moment, you kind of examine this map, and based on what it shows, there's a small tree drawn on this map and a rock nearby illustrated on the map.
Can we see those things from where we are?
When the sun comes up, yes, you'll be able to see the tree okay.
Also, are we able to at least get a short rest while we were cowering under these mushrooms?
Cowering under the mushrooms. Short rest is... Take a look
Takes
at
a
that.
turn, restore 1d6 plus 1 HP. I'm assuming we were a little too waterlogged to get a long rest.
Yeah, I would say you got a short rest in for sure. Absolutely.
I don't know why I rolled. I can't
I would
possibly
say
restore
that
less than my max.
I would say that somebody could get a long rest in. Only one of you, though, as the
Well,
others
if
are kind of
only
sheltering.
one of us can get a long rest in, it's going to be Smokey.
That is mathematically correct.
Kind of prop him up against the mushroom and stand guard over his damp mouse body. Okay.
So over the course of the night, my ribs on the right side just sort of puff back out.
I know that mice are such strange anatomy. So yeah, the next morning you do see a tree nearby. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just asking Smokey if he was able to heal another point of strength.
Yeah, so now I'm back where I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I didn't roll because it was only down by 1, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so is there anywhere, can we get a decent vantage point to look for this rockin' tree?
You're able to find the tree easy enough, as it stands tall enough above the grass and the mushrooms that you can see it. It gives you a good point of reference for where the rock would be, so you can find the rock fairly easily as well once you orient on the tree.
And
so where is the X in relation to tree and rock?
About midway between the two.
Well, then that's where we should head.
Yeah. Well, you know what? What if we head to the tree to try and one of us can climb the tree to get a look at where this X should be to see if there's anything there that might surprise us if we just go charging in.
Yeah, I like that idea. And I will volunteer to climb the tree because I have a ranged weapon.
And I figure you're probably a little better at it.
Yeah, it's if you take your time, you won't need to roll for that. You just kind of make your way up the tree ever so slowly. You get to like the first branch, and you're able to turn around and look back and down.
What do I see?
As Indiana Jones says, X never marks the spot.
There's nothing there?
There is a tree root that's kind of growing up and poking out of the ground. And there's another tree root that comes out of the ground and crosses over it, forming an X.
X marks the spot. I'm going to go over there and grab one of the poles from the velvet rope and start smashing it. Never mind. Still making Indiana Jones jokes. Okay. Do I see anything that is a threat between where we are and that place?
As you look across the field, you do see the flowers moving a bit as if something else is moving towards you in this general direction, maybe not directly at you. As you look into the sky, you see a hawk kind of like passing over the area, circling, and then it drops down into the poppy fields beyond.
Does it grab the thing that I saw moving through the flowers, or is it dropping down in a completely different spot?
It drops in a completely different spot.
Okay. So I will climb back down to Duke and Aldo and New Oliver and report the hawk and the mysterious flower-moving creature. Possibly another rat or 3.
Yeah, that'd make sense for that to be rats.
Yeah.
The hawk worries me, but
The hawk went off that way.
Yeah, let's check this place out.
If we could somehow get the hawk to take out the rats, that would be ideal.
Are you sure the hawk wasn't working with the rats?
I'm not sure of anything. That's why I'm still alive. And I will head towards the X.
Lorenzo's like, you must be very cautious. Sounds like.
Yes.
But there's the rats. I wouldn't be surprised if the rats are following us. Because this is their map.
Yes, but they did lose our trail. I think.
Yeah, true. How do you propose digging up in this spot beneath the tree roots?
First of all, is there already an opening or a hole? And if not that, is there loose dirt where someone else has already dug?
The rain that fell last night seems to have pattered the ground down a little deeper, like there's a divot there.
Oh, well,
Well, yeah, I mean, mice dig, right?
So you go to town, you're digging. As you're digging through, one of you comes across a silvery chain, like
Smokey,
a
what have you got
necklace.
there?
behold, a silvery chain, as of a
It
necklace.
is-
Okay, now, Mia, I'm going to ask just real quick, just for my own edification. Is this a silvery chain, or is it a silvery chain?
It's like the necklace of a human, So it's
It's big.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
kind of a fine, those fine
Yeah,
silver
but-
necklaces. So you could probably
but
like
for
grip it
mice-
with your mouse hands
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow! Look what you got there.
This must be
Here,
worth.
let's see what if we pull on this, what it uncovers.
Maybe it opens a trap door to something valuable.
Yeah. So I want to help Smokey like unearth the rest of this chain. Just pull
Yeah.
on it and see what comes up.
Anything?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was asking you.
As you're pulling up the that, a couple more bits pop up, a little package, a little bundle, mouse-sized bundle pops up and falls on the ground, like a couple of leaves and some twine wrapped around something inside.
I will open that bundle.
Check that out.
Aldo will open that bundle.
As you pick it up and like move it towards you, like, whoo, it's got a very pungent smell to it, like pungent.
Like perhaps an old cheese type of smell.
We'll call them herbs. A bundle of pungent herbs is what I have written down.
Herbs.
Herbs.
Okay. Yeah. How many leaves do these herbs have?
If you open the package, it's not something you recognize if you're not familiar with like apothecary stuff. They're just like potpourri all smashed into a block. It's a brick. Sorry.
Why would they?
Yeah, Aldo, hold on to that, please.
The silver chain will take up 2 slots of your inventory, and the herbs will also take up 2 slots.
Oh.
Lorenzo's basically got nothing, so he can carry things.
Well, so Aldo is likewise.
Also, as you continue to dig through the gunk and the goop, there's a gold ring. Like, again, you could put it on your head like a crown, basically, being a human's ring.
Ash, Nash, Grimbatu. What does this mean?
Yes, it has fine lettering inside.
Smokey, you've been amongst the humans. Can you read that?
To Jerry. 11, 12, 74.
I wonder who Jerry is.
I don't know, but this is a fine belt.
And you dig a little further, and that's all you find in this this bit of treasure at this time.
Lorenzo, I thought you said there was treasure here. There's
That
nothing
is
but human metals.
I think we found the treasure.
It's human metals and leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The gold, you know, out of character here, I guess. The gold ring is worth 500p.
Ooh.
The silver chain is worth 300p.
Ooh. What
And the
about the
pungent
herbs?
herbs are worth 200p.
Well, that is not nothing.
No. Well, maybe we should. Well, this seems to have been a bit of a unintended dead end.
Yeah,
Let's head down to Stumpville.
that's the thing to do next. We've got
Yeah.
a lot of valuable goods here. I guess some people are into this kind of thing, and we can go find the cheese now.
Set yourselves up pretty good with a little bit of treasure. From your location, you have to travel southeast to get to Stumpville.
Well, we have a map.
Yeah, we had a map to this.
Well, is Stumpville also marked on the map?
Yes, it is.
Then we have a map. Let's go.
You pass back through the field of poppies, spend most of your day traveling, and you crest a hill, and before you is Stumpville. It is dusk is coming. You've probably got maybe another hour and a half of daylight.
Can we get to Stumpville before then?
Yeah, is that enough time for us to reach Stumpville?
You can get to Stumpville, yes.
Let's get in there and see if we can find anyone.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
As you approach Stumpville, there's no clear indication of how to get in. As you traverse around it, you do find behind some blades of grass the entry tunnel into this town.
New Oliver, you live here, right? You can show us the safe way in.
My name's Lorenzo, but
Well,
yeah.
New Oliver is more of a title than a name.
Okay. Well, if there's a back entrance and a front entrance, this front entrance is the safest way in.
Okay, let's do that. What makes the back entrance less safe?
It's a long drop. Let's just say that.
Okay.
Is there anything else we should worry about or keep an eye out for coming in here?
It should be okay. The snake should be in a cage, unless the rats took it
What?
to. The village guard is the snake. It is in league with the mice.
If it's in league with the mice, why does it need a cage?
Do you keep your dog in a cage at night?
I'm a mouse. I don't have a dog.
Well, you, Steve, the player.
Once upon a time, I did.
Once upon a time. As you do approach, there are cart tracks and footmarks in the muddy ground. And Lorenzo's like, be careful. There is a trap up here.
Okay, why don't you go first? Since you know where the things are.
It's like, okay. He goes up there and he's like, there's the lever right there. I just need to I need some help to undo the lever and make sure the trap doesn't snap off.
I will help.
Okay. Roll me a strength at advantage since he's helping.
Okie
Okay,
dokie.
roll 2d20 and take the lowest. Yay.
I have rolled double 9s on a strength of 8.
Oh, Jiminy. Isn't that just the way it is?
I have not passed a roll tonight.
You struggle to get this.
Duke will step up and help too.
I was gonna say, let me roll for Lorenzo just to see everything works. Oh my gosh, nope.
Help.
I can't quite get it to go.
Here, Duke will push on it as well.
Okay.
Can I get advantage on that?
Yes, since we're all kind of working at it together.
Can I try again with my tail?
I got a 13 and a 14.
Oh,
Can Aldo lean on it?
Here, yeah. Can I roll advantage for Aldo on that?
yeah, go ahead. Hate for like
Okay.
everything to stall
Aldo
out because of a
this.
dice roll. You know, that's
With
just
his
not
6
appropriate.
strength. Aldo rolled worse than I did.
Oh goodness, I'm gonna move this camera over here. Hold on.
Okay. What about the back entrance?
Can we just go around the trap?
You could trip the trap from a distance if you have like a twig or something along something, or you know.
How about a bow and arrow?
Okay, do that.
Oh.
Whip. There goes my
I
shot.
forgot to check for weapon degradation after that combat.
Oh, you know what? I completely spaced it off. Yeah, if you rolled under a something, then you
It's
rolled
so after combat, roll a d6 for each weapon, ammunition, and armor used. On a 4 to 6, mark usage.
Okay.
Yeah, because it can eventually break.
Well, I got a 1, so my bow and arrows are fine.
Me too.
All right. And then I will try to use my bow and arrow to set off the trap from a ways off, a foot away.
Roll some damage on that. I just want to get you
4.
4. Okay. Snap! It goes off. Kaplang! The spring unleashes a D12 worth of damage. Your arrow snaps. And then as it does that, a small wheel of cheese rolls out from under the trap.
I will take it and put it in the bag.
That is a big piece of cheese.
It's too big for carrying.
It'll take up one slot. Yeah.
Okay, then I will give it a slot. Because cheese is what we're here for.
As you go through the entrance up through a wider tunnel, it's basically dirt and wood, and at the end is a block of stone preventing your further entrance into the town.
How do we get past this block of stone? I say to Lorenzo.
He points to a handle over on the door, a lever that you can pull.
Oh no, we're not good with levers.
We're really not.
It's all right. It opens up easy enough with
Okay.
just the pull of the lever. Yeah.
All right.
And as the door swings open and you step through and you peer into a courtyard, it's a large open courtyard. There is no top to the stump. It's been hollowed out. There are 3 visible like structures, houses built into the circular wall of the chamber. There is a small pond in the center of this courtyard.
This is all inside a tree stump?
All inside a tree stump. All these little tiny houses. That as you stand there admiring, you hear this.
and then you hear like, rats, get them.
No, it's rats.
And several rats come out of the buildings that are hanging there on the side and drop to the ground and move to grab you.
Define several.
Several.
Like half a dozen.
Would you say that they might all be within 6 inches of the same spot?
Not currently, but they are moving closer to you.
Well,
No,
Lorenzo-
back up and choke point them.
as soon as I see if I can eyeball a point on the ground where they will all be within 6 inches of it at the same time, I will fireball them.
If you move slightly backwards into the chamber or the hallway that you just came out, they will choke point, as Duke said, and you can fire that off.
All right,
fine.
I will do that. It has a range of up to 24 inches, so I can be pretty far down the hall, and 6-inch radius area of effect. And it does sum plus dice, which is going to be... So I'm going to use all 3 power on this. I'm going to roll 3d6 and blow up some rats. 4, 4, 3. 11 damage 14. To all of them.
No, 14, because it'd be 11
plus
for the roll,
3. Yeah, 14. 14 damage to all of the rats that I hit.
So on a meta here, they have 3 HP each.
Okay.
And a strength of 12. So you basically have decimated them. This fireball lashes out, explodes in their face. They fly backwards.
Them by 10%.
And in a heap fall to the ground, and they're like incapacitated.
Awesome.
Good job, Smokey. You smoked them good.
And the guy with the horns.
I will produce a goblet of wine from nowhere and toast you with it.
Cheers.
Where have you been keeping that this whole time?
Don't ask.
Yeah, so are there more rats coming?
I hope not. I used all the power on my fireball spell.
Let me just double check that.
Oh, actually, no, I didn't, because I only mark it used if I rolled a 4, 5, or 6. So one of those points didn't get utilized.
Oh.
Because I rolled a 3 on one of the
dice.
dice. Yeah. So
I just rolled the random number of rats, and you've basically taken all but 2 out. The guy with the little horn thing, he was up on the wall looking out across from you. He's like, you see him like pull the horn down and be like, and he turns to scurry.
And he's doing that. I turn to Smokey and point and just.
Yeah, I'm gonna just. You know what? If he saw me do that, then I'm just gonna mad dog him.
Define.
Mad dog him?
Yeah, I learned it from Butch, my friend. I'm just gonna glare at him and try to intimidate him. If he just saw me blow up all his friends.
Yeah, he drops his horn and jumps to the ground, and far across the stump there is a closed door. He runs to that door, throws it open, and dashes inside.
All right. Does he leave it open behind him?
He does, in his hurry to get out of there.
All right. And you said there was another one also still alive?
Yeah, he's kind of like frozen in terror, just kind of standing like, I didn't do anything wrong, he's yelling at you. I only did what Balthazar asked me to.
I'll pull an arrow on him, and I'm going to question this guy. How about that? I'll say, where are the mice of Stumpsville?
The Poppy House.
And that's a big house?
The roadhouse.
They're at the roadhouse we slept in last night?
Apparently.
Yes.
What are they doing there?
We sure didn't see them.
Rat, what are they doing there?
He seems reluctant to say anything. You want to try and intimidate him?
I'll put an arrow between his knees.
Kaplunk. Oh, our secret hideout is in the basement.
Ah. And what happened? Why are you keeping them there? What does it serve you to do so?
Balthazar wants lunch. Also wants to control the cheese.
Yeah, about that. Where's the cheese wagon?
Cheese wagon. I don't know anything about the cheese wagon, but the storage room's over there. Let me go. I won't tell anybody. Let me go.
It would be wrong to kill someone who's a prisoner begging for his life.
Yeah, but I mean, a prisoner is someone who's more tied up, locked down.
Yes, I do think you're right.
Lorenzo.
There is something in between killing him and letting him go.
Lorenzo, is there somewhere we can lock this guy up in Stumpsburg?
Yeah. Where that rat went, actually, through there is the cheese factory.
Does your town have a jail? I feel like that a jail would be a good thing.
Well, there's the other door. There's like a cutout in the side of the stump. It's kind of smaller and over to the side. He's like, well, that leads down the stairs to the grand hall. I mean, maybe we could tie him up down there or something. I don't know.
Okay, I guess.
Let's tie him up somewhere. What do you think, Smokey?
I'll settle for tying him up in any door that locks.
All right. Let's find a door that we can lock and tie him up in there and lock the door behind us.
Yeah, let's do that.
You can lock him in the grand hall. Yeah, there's a locking door there.
Cool. We'll tie him up with strips of whatever we can tear up for tying.
There's plenty of stuff around to do that. Yeah, as you're kind of like walking around and getting all that done, you do see in the deep water of the pond that there's a small statue that has been sunk there.
Of what?
The grand hall. There's a flute that was lying on the ground or hanging from a hook on the wall.
Okay. A flute, but what is the statue of?
As you get a good look at it, the statue is I can't read that from here. It looks like the statue of another mouse. And it's clutching, it looks like it shines like gold, and it's a statue of a mouse hero, quote unquote. And it's got like a bagpipe tucked under its arm.
Let's pull that thing out of the water. It's probably an important piece of mouse culture.
Yeah. I can help with that.
All right. So can Aldo.
Able to swim down and tie it with a rope and drag it up out of the water.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there any secret compartments on it?
No, there's not on this statue. No.
Can we look around and see where it might have come from?
My apologies. Yeah, there's like a pedestal beside the pond that is an obvious space where it was setting. Apparently the rats had knocked it off, and into the pond is
we should restore it to its intended place.
We can do that later.
Well, right now, is it a lot of work?
Lifting a statue up onto its pedestal.
I'm not real clear on relative weights here.
Yeah, it took some effort to drag it up out of the pond.
Okay. Yeah. All right, we'll do it later.
I mean, we've done a decent deed of getting it out of the water and setting it on the ground. The mice of Stumpsburg will be more than capable of taking care of that themselves. once we've freed them from the Poppy House.
Yeah, last thing before we leave Stumpsville then is we should probably check out where that other mouse ran to.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
He dashed out the back and climbed. From what you can tell, when he went into the cheese factory, he climbed the wall and escaped out that long drop that Lorenzo talked about. Pardon me as I air quote all night long.
Now, in the cheese factory, is there any sign of the shipment that went missing? Is it still here? Did it ever leave the cheese factory?
There is a large pile of cheese over in the corner, like 8 wheels of fine cheese, and
Okay.
there's a treasure chest sitting there as well.
Well, we don't want to rob Stumpsville.
Yeah.
Let's go see if we can free the mice people of Stumpsville, and if so, maybe we can mob the cat and kill it.
You know what? We don't want to rob Stumpsburg, but we are trying to save Stumpsburg. Do you think I could grab a ration's worth of cheese from this pile of cheese?
Definitely. You can grab another wheel of cheese. I know you found one earlier at the trap, so you can grab another wheel of cheese.
Okay,
So you got like 200p worth of cheese on your end.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm looking at rations because we've probably got another night's rest before we get back to the Poppy House.
Yeah, I'll dig into the. Does one of these cheese wheels feed both of us, or is it?
You know what?
One wheel, one mouth?
Can I get enough so that Aldo has his own set of rations?
Yeah, the wheels of cheese are days worth of rations. Yeah, they're.
Oh well,
they're
I've already
pretty
got
big.
the one from the trap, so if we can all live off that for the night and maybe the next night, then we probably don't need to take any more.
If we've taken enough to feed ourselves,
Yeah,
we're good.
there's 4 of us.
We don't need to take more, but I don't want to worry about food.
Yeah, I feel like the food problem is resolved.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Do we want to stay the night here? Is it getting late?
What's the weather? Yeah, what's the weather looking like?
The weather seems to be fine. The sky is clear, but yeah, it's getting to be late at night. And
Let's stay here. Let's find a door we can lock ourselves into for safety, and stay here and set out in the morning. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
And while you were camping out there that night, in flies a pigeon rider, another mouse who rides a pigeon as his transportation.
Huh.
Flaps down, and he's like, "Fellow adventurers, what is going on? I was sent from Oak Grove to see what the trouble was."
Wait, Oaks Grove? That's not where we're from, is it?
That is where you're from.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Oaks Grove. I thought it was Oaks.
I was gone for days, and when I returned this morning, they sent me to find out what's going on here.
Yes, we were sent for the same purpose. The cheese shipment never arrived, and now it seems that an army of rats working for a cat has kidnapped all of the villagers of Stumpsburg.
Then we must summon a war band and go to war.
Okay.
Okay, where are we going to get this warband, friend?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Well, when you said that, it made it sound like you had a war band that you could summon.
I could muster some. Sorry, crack myself. I can muster some mice, I'm sure.
Great, because we're actually on our way to the Poppy Seed House to rescue all of the mice of Stumpsburg that are being held prisoner there. Perhaps they could then become a warband.
The closest place is the Wizard's Tower for Magnolia. Surely she has some assistance.
The mouse wizard?
There's a mouse wizard, yeah.
Okay. Can you fly us all there, or how much can the pigeon carry?
Oh, that's a good question. How much can a pigeon carry?
Can a pigeon carry 5 mice? If
I don't
not, New
know.
Oliver can
Can it
stay here.
carry
He lives here anyway.
Would an unburdened pigeon be able to carry multiple coconuts?
Right.
What's the airspeed velocity?
What's the airspeed velocity of a pigeon? I would say it could probably carry like maybe 3 of you.
What's this guy's name? Did he tell us his name?
He did not.
What's your name,
He did
friend?
not have a name because he just came out of my
Oh,
something.
Bag of
Yeah.
tricks.
hold on. I can give him a name.
Give him a
Give
name.
him a name. Give him a
That's
name. Give me a
cool.
sec.
Jared.
His
There's a name chart.
is... Yeah, that's
There's
what
a
I'm looking
big-
at. His name is Emerald Witter.
Emerald Witter.
Emerald Witter.
Yeah.
Well met,
He must be
Emerald.
related to the other Witter.
Oh, that was Waldo.
Oh, that was Waddle Wiggins. I'm
Waddle
sorry. I'm
Wiggs.
confusing myself.
Waddle Wiggs.
Okay.
All right. So Duke, Smokey, and Emerald would be 3 mice, and that would mean leaving Aldo and Oliver here, or New Oliver. Lorenzo.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm more inclined to just
Go straight to the poppy seed house.
yeah.
I am
Emerald,
too.
can you go and entreat this wizard person for help while we try to infiltrate the poppy house's under dungeon and free the mice of Stumpsburg?
Okay, he says. I will consort with wizards and see if we can't get additional help. Yeah.
Should we? Does the wizard? What is the temperament of this wizard? Did she going to require payment, or is she just going to do it for the good of the mouse community?
I do not know. I have not had dealings with the wizard. We shall see.
Well, if she brings it up, let her know that we can make payment, but don't offer it unless she asks.
Like, I see that you have some fine cheese. I'm sure that we can. She will take cheese as payment when the time comes, if necessary.
Oh, the cheese. Yes, great.
Off to the wizard's tower, and he's.
What's the pigeon's name?
Pete.
Bye, Pete.
Do you say Pete?
Yes.
I was gonna call him Pork, but that's okay.
No, it's Pigeon Pete.
Pigeon Pete?
Pigeon Pete of Forksburg.
Is that a exactly? They live on top of the pig pen at the farm that's to the far north.
Oh. Pigeon Pete's a TMNT character.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either.
All the non-turtle characters stopped at Usagi Yojimbo for me.
Usagi's his own thing.
Yeah, well, he was on the Ninja Turtles cartoon in the 80s.
He was on the one in the 2012s as well.
Ah.
I know the character. I have a graphic novel over there for them, a manga book. But anyway, so you're on your way to the.
We're heading back to the poppy seed house.
Poppy seed house. Okay.
And we'll try to infiltrate wherever they've got these mice.
And why didn't you?
Let's just.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, the rat that escaped beats you back to the poppy seed house. When you arrive, there's about 20 rats surrounding the poppy seed house.
Okay. Are we able to sneak well enough to spot them before they spot us?
I would say that you've been trying to be sneaky, so yeah, you spot them before they spot you.
Okay.
Are they just like surrounding it?
Yeah, they're like surrounding it, standing guard. They've got Long Whiskers Conrad pulled out and on his knees. They're on the ground. Opal is there.
Oh.
And Dalton, that was the bouncer's name.
Yeah.
He looks worse for wear as he's leaning up against the wall, the outside wall of the roadhouse.
It looks like Dalton put up a fight.
I mean, if any of those mice were going to, it was him.
Here's the question. Were these mice already in Conrad's basement when we were here before? And did he know of it?
I'm curious about that, because if he knew about it,
And shame on him.
Can I roll for Hawk?
Roll for a hawk.
There was a hawk before. I want to see if I can get that hawk.
Well, yeah, give me a luck roll. How about that?
What's a luck roll?
it's a D6.
Okay.
Higher is better.
Higher is better. Yeah.
Cool. What's the opposite of a 6 on a D6?
It's a 1.
That's what I got.
Oh, okay.
I get eaten by a
Did
hawk.
you specifically call for a hawk? It drops down and snatches you from the.
Yeah.
Bad luck for you, Smokey. Smokey, no.
Well, good night.
Yeah, and while they're standing there, and you're like, "Oh gosh, there's so many of them." That black cat, Lord Balthazar, comes limping out of the weeds and sits down before the rats. 4 more rats come out from inside. One of them wearing like a crown on his head, and they are conversing a little too far away for you to hear.
Okay, I do have one use of the fireball left, but it's only going to be 1d6 damage.
Plus the die.
Plus, yeah, 1d6 plus 1.
You can sneak up close enough to try and fire it off on somebody. Anyone in particular?
It would be incredibly dangerous. It would be something.
Yeah.
I would only use it at this point if combat were already started anyway.
Is there any way we can sneak like around back? Like,
Yeah,
how close is the roadhouse to the river?
It's like a half-hour walk to the river.
Okay, we know that these mice are in the basement, right?
According to that rat, yeah.
What if we dig a tunnel?
Do you think we could dig a tunnel fast enough?
Well, it might take 2 to 3 days, which would cost the mice their lives. But the only other option I can think of is spending 3 days and nights burning this fireball tablet in a fire, because that's how you recharge it.
When you're lucky, I don't even know how to recharge mine.
Oh, how do you recharge the strength spell?
Good question. Spells.
In the main
Casting
book,
spells.
each
Recharge.
spell-
When a spell usage dots are filled, it is depleted and cannot be cast. Each spell is a recharge requirement. Fulfilling this requirement will coax the spirit back into it.
Yeah, for the fireball one, I have to burn it in a fire for 3 days and nights. Strength one would need something else.
And the strength one, let me see, spells. Where'd they go? Sam, do not bust me up, buddy. Strength is where did it go? Where did it go? My apologies, it's not in the book.
No, it's not in the main. You said it came from the adventure.
Yeah, it came from I've got like 6 adventures. Soak in the sweat of a creature that has exercised heavily.
A creature that is exercised heavily?
Yeah, you must soak it in the sweat of a creature that has exercised heavily. So yeah, whoever's been
Well, that
sweating a
seems
lot.
very easy. One of us can exercise heavily. And then so
Like Katara with her little sweating in the wooden cell to get sweat to use her water bending.
oh boy.
The
Okay, so
We've got a lot of bad ideas. Can we come
yeah,
up with a good one? Wait for the wizard?
I'm loath to wait for this wizard.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean, Balthazar is already here.
If we kill the cat, do you think the rats would flee?
Quiet Sam.
Possibly. I mean, I'm not super well versed in catology. Aldo, do you think the rats would flee? The rats would flee if we killed that cat?
Mm, he's like doesn't think so since there are so many of the
Yeah.
rats.
Okay,
And while
here's
you're discussing this, two more rats come out and they have like about 15 mice tied tied together on a long rope. You know, they're the rope between them. They're all lashed to this rope by their hands, and they're being led out on this rope.
okay. Our
On their
only hope of success is a surprise attack.
Yeah.
How about I give this fireball tablet to Lorenzo, and he casts the fireball, and I shoot the cat, and you can charge and attack the cat all at the same time. And maybe because of action economy, we can at least slay the cat before it gets a turn.
Sir, friend, that plan sounds absolutely terrible.
Yes,
I
but
think
if
it will
we
get I think it will get us all killed. Let's try it.
awesome. And while the three of us are doing that, Aldo can run around behind the distracted rats who are charging at us and free those mice.
This plan's looking microscopically better.
Yeah, because then they'll help us, right? Right?
Hopefully. Sure.
There's
Why wouldn't
15 of them.
they?
Yeah.
But let me cast this strength spell again.
All right.
Sam, buddy, you gotta go, chum. My gray leggings are now covered in black cat hair.
Yep. Cats will do that.
It's that time of year. They're shedding. All
Yep.
right, so strength spell is on.
Strength
Okay.
spell is on. Let's do this, baby.
Okay, Lorenzo's going to cast the fireball first, I think. And he should
Yeah.
try to target the cat and as many rats as he can get at the same time. It's a 6-inch radius.
Since they marched those mice out, the rat with the crown on his head is like stepped up like right next to the black cat Balthazar, and he has like 5 of his like attaches or henchmen standing there with him.
Yeah.
So 6
Right.
rats and a cat all within fireball.
Let's
Should
do some
I-
damage, baby.
Should I roll for Lorenzo?
Yes, yeah, you guys do that.
The
Sounds
damage
good.
will be,
D6 plus 1.
which is 5.
Nice.
5 damage to the
5.
cat and all of those rats.
That cat was already hurting. He hasn't had time to recover, right? So,
Right.
Right?
by surprise, poof, his hair singes. The stink of burnt cat hair permeates the area. All of the rats drop to the ground. slapping at the fire, and as they slap at the fire, like and they seem to like peter out of strength. The crown off the head of the rat falls and does this little wooka 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 as it slowly wiggles to a stop. All of the other rats look in the direction that the fireball came from,
So
and
a
the
question:
mice are like,
You were that
"Yeah!"
cat.
is the cat still up?
It's not dead.
Yes, you were
Okay,
that cat.
here I
He's
go.
basically incapacitated, but he's close to death.
Okay, if he's incapacitated, I'm not going to shoot him. I'm going to shoot
Okay.
one of the rats that is not incapacitated.
Okay. You took out 6 of like 12. I've lost count how many I said were out there, but
Okay, the closest one that is still up, just take 7 damage.
Incapacitated. That arrow hits him. He's like, kapunk, falls over backwards.
Awesome. We've taken out 6 rats and a cat, and Duke hasn't even
Yeah,
done
I
yet.
guess I come charging out at the next closest rat.
Schlunk. He sees you coming. He like turns. He raises his cleaver to counterattack.
He takes, that was 8 points of damage.
Incapacitated. He's bringing his cleaver up to come down, and you smack him with your mace. He goes sprawling across. The cleaver drops to the ground. One of the mice with his hand tied reaches down and grabs up the cleaver and like goes to hit the other rats that are guarding them. The rats turn on the mice. The mice are starting to fight back.
Yeah, and don't forget all those over there untying them.
Yep, and 3. Let's see. That still leaves 4 rats. 1 rat slugs one of the mice. The mice falls. Nope. Yep. 2 of the mice drop while they're being untied.
Okay.
Bringing us back to you all.
Okay, I'll shoot whichever rat is closest to those captive mice.
Okay. Yeah, they cleaved into 2 of them, knocking them down. 2 of them dodged to the side as they were getting ready to be cleaved, and the other guy's got a cleaver up, and he's bringing it down.
Well, that guy takes 2 damage while he's trying to do that.
Just enough to like pierce through his hand. That cleaver clunks to the ground. One of the mice picks it up, starts sawing at the rope.
Yeah.
Speed along the untying.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a swing at another one, whichever, or another rat that's trying to get at those other mice. And it gets hit for 13 damage.
Jeez, all right.
I like watching all those fingers go up. That was exciting.
That's basically a death blow, right?
Yeah.
With that, and everyone else is on, the rats see this like mace come down and just mush in the side of this rat's skull, the sickening crunch. All the rats that are still on their feet flee.
It's like 2
leaving
of them,
the town folk and the wounded rats there.
We will humanely execute the rats and the cat that are on the ground.
Oh, okay.
We don't want this problem again.
I'm going very dark. Okay.
Well, I feel like it's darker to let them go recover and come back.
So you're gonna coup d'etat every one of them.
Yeah.
And the town, for some of the mice folk from the town are a little horrified at the slaughter, but they're very grateful for you freeing them.
I want to go pick up that crown that was on that rat's head.
And give it to Lorenzo. He's the new king of Stumpsville.
Yeah, Long Whiskers Conrad reaches for it just as you are reaching to grab it.
Oh,
Duke.
no, honey, no. No. You apparently were housing all kinds of untoward stuff under your business here.
I feel like maybe you should add 2 or 3 zeros to that IOU. Oh, did we lose
He-
Jason?
Yeah, he's
Did I lose
frozen.
you?
Oh, you're there. Okay.
Okay, here I
Froze
am.
for a moment.
Okay. Sorry, I missed everything after Steve started to talk.
I said maybe you should add 2 or 3 zeros to that IOU.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I mean, I don't. Oh, yeah, you think? I don't think I. No, sorry, my computer. The Google Meet was informing me that my internet connection was unstable. Lucky for me, it's the only internet connection available where I live.
Oh, lovely.
Ugh. I don't think I need that IOU. I think the people of Oakburg deserve that IOU.
I agree.
Hmm.
But like, what's this crown like?
Rat Gang, the King Rat. Yeah, it's just basically a nice bit of silver with a couple of cut gems that have been kind of stuck to it. Worth about 300p,
Nice.
400p.
We're rolling in it. We
I
definitely
rolling
want to
in
have
toss
it
to.
that to
now.
Aldo.
We definitely have to distribute this wealth to the poor.
Well, I would like to distribute some of this wealth to my good man
Aldo.
so that he can level up a little bit.
All right.
But the crown, like I toss Aldo the crown and say, "For you, good sir."
Behold, King Aldo.
Yeah, basically.
Aldo, the new king of rats.
I say from atop a cat that I'm currently executing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, but that's so like that would help him advance though.
Cool.
Yes, yes. Long Whiskers Conrad's like, I'm so sorry. They came to me, offered me a deal I couldn't refuse. My life in exchange for a hideout.
Well, you could have told us when we were here.
That would have been my life lost, so I couldn't tell you. I'm so
Apparently
ashamed.
not.
So instead of
You
your
should
life,
be ashamed.
you traded the lives of those mice.
These mice,
Yes.
specifically pointing at these mice who have been unfairly cut down.
And those the cat ate while we were finding out about this.
Yes, those two.
Justice will be served, I assume.
One would hope.
Take my life now, then.
Well, we are not a court of law. I don't mind executing our mortal enemies, but one of our own must see trial.
The law will know what to do with you.
Okay.
Is the mayor of Stumpsburg here, or whatever they have?
Yeah, the mayor, basically, yes.
I want to find out where our dang cheese is.
It's like, oh, well, we never got to see the cheese away. They came and raided us before we could load the cart.
Ah, well, we'll happily escort you all back to Stumpsburg, and from there we'll take the shipment of cheese back to Oaksville ourselves. Oaks Grove. Oaks Grove.
Okay, then. I am grateful for you freeing us from these foul beasts.
Yes, they very much suck.
But sadly, a few of my citizens have died.
Also, there might be a army of rats or an army of mice coming. There might be with a wizard.
Maybe.
We kind of set that in motion before we got here. We didn't know we were just gonna destroy them all easily.
The wizard, she is reluctant to send help, I'm sure. She is so selfish.
Well, she's definitely going to double down on that if she sends an army and there's no one to fight.
Fine. Well, thank you very much. We shall return home and reward you with much cheese. For it is all we have.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Cheese.
To the cheese.
And we leap in the air and then in freeze frames.
Yes.
And that's where we'll end it.
Flash Gordon style. Thank you, Mia. That was awesome.
Cool. Thank you. I'm glad you guys could play. And yeah, not even going to say it. I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right. Well,
Like utterly winged that whole last hour or so.
well, I figured because it seemed like we kind of didn't go where we were supposed to.
Well,
I didn't want to railroad you, but yeah.
We
One
have
shot.
on the
You
schedule
didn't
for
want
next.
to go up to the woodshed and like all that.
Or go to the Wizard's Tower.
Sure.
Yeah. No, we just killed the cat instead.
Just killed the cat. Because, yeah, in the book, to, spoil everything, there is a pretty decent little hex crawl.
Oh yeah.
Right in
That's
the back
cool.
there for our audience. It's got, 19 locations and a bunch of rumors and encounters and
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
different people you could run into, the dread
and
rats and so
there's-
on. So
There's definitely an 8 to 10 hour version of this adventure that you can
Yes.
run. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
considering that like where the mice were held is like literally across the hex map from Stumpsburg.
Yeah. Well, we often have to truncate things for the time slots that we have here.
Yeah.
Next
As-
week
as
we have
some
on the
of us are
schedule
learning.
Back Again from the Broken Land, which
Yeah.
Jason,
If anyone wants to sign up for that,
Jason's going to run that.
It's essentially the back end of Lord of the Rings. As ow.
Well,
the
if we
back
get
again
some,
part.
Yeah.
if we get some players, we'll play it.
Yeah.
And then it looks like we have more Death in Space after that.
Yes.
This Friday there will not be a stream. The in-person gang for Worlds Without Number will be playing our first sort of practice session 0 off stream because we actually have never used the system we're about to do a full campaign in. So we're going to do that one time without anyone watching. And then the following Friday we'll be back for more Cyberpunk Red. And I believe also the week after that. And then the week after that, we will start streaming in Worlds Without Number. So Thank you everyone for watching. And we'll see you next time. And thank you,
Thanks
Mia,
again, everybody.
for the game.
Welcome. Thank you for letting me do this.
Good night.
Yeah.